Go. Go.
No,
I've clapped, which means
he's clapped those
the
shits.
universal sign of starting the podcast has happened. Welcome back.
Here's the crack.
Here is the crack. I'm going to start this week off. We have just interviewed, well, a week ago we interviewed Johnny Bergen.
We put on an interview and now it's back to us.
Now it's back
basics.
to our boring selves. But here, that's just what you have to. That's just what they have to contend with until we can find another guest who's willing to come on for a fee of nothing.
Exactly.
What do you want about? We paid Johnny like.
Oh, I paid him generously.
Yeah.
So what's been happening with yous anyway?
Well, me and Shea had a near-death experience in Starbucks today.
Yeah, so
it was scary.
You're gonna have to elaborate on this.
So,
well, you were away getting your wee energy.
You
drink.
ran away. You weren't there. You weren't there.
No.
You weren't there to
We could've
protect
died.
us.
So you went into the coffee shop and then you were like, "Will we sit in or will we take away?" I was like, "No, take away because I just want to go." Like, and then when I was kind of sitting, like, and I heard her like being like, "Oh, what are you having and what are you having?" And then you were trying to decide, and I'm in one of them moods today where my brain's just not working. So I was like, I don't even want a coffee. I just want to go and get like a fruity drink. So I went and got a fruity drink, and in the literal 2 minutes that I had left, disaster struck.
Disaster did
I
strike.
think we'll take it back to what we ordered to start
No.
off with, because I think that really added to the
What
story.
is that?
That
It doesn't.
it does, because
Well, I got a cappuccino,
Yeah,
which
and I got
isn't
a
that bad. But Shea, what
I
did
got
you?
a nice macchiato, caramel macchiato, and you know, with the straw and all, and so it was proper white girl.
And he had his bag of shopping and all.
And a wee bag of protein powder.
And then, right, so if you know Victoria Square, you know the Starbucks, you know there's always pigeons about, right?
The pigeons.
Well, we're
in
going,
Belfast.
and it's one way system. Going to the door, there's a pigeon blocking the door. Pigeons are unpredictable. I don't like pigeons, right? So we're going. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. He's blocking the door. If I walk towards him, he's gonna move. And then he sort of moved into the place, and I was like, this is my chance to go. Went for the door, and doesn't he just jump up and fly about the cafe? And he's flying, smacking windows and all. It was an absolute scene.
Straight into the glass and everything.
He's smashing into the glass, like he's flying in, like he flew the whole way around the shop. Everyone's in panic. Me and Shay's hiding behind the counter.
Rather than me and Tommy just walking out and just saying, we ran back into
But
the
you
shop.
couldn't walk out because he like flew into one corner and then he was like slamming up against the window, and then we were like, right, and then next thing he goes across the room flat, and then everyone's up in this hysterics. And nobody knows what to do, and then this poor girl from Starbucks goes to try and get it, and we're like standing there like this.
Two men standing with their protein powder and big shoulders, afraid of this wee pigeon. And then this wee girl comes out from behind the counter to try and
She's
shoo
like
this pigeon
trying to
out.
get it. She was sort of
She's on
trying
making
to.
ch-
She was
shame
sort of
on her.
trying to like shoo it out of the shop like it was a cow. Like she's walking in behind it and all. And then next thing, this guy just steps up. Everyone's eyes on him, looking at him. Look at this hero. He just clutches the bird in his hands.
Pushes us out of the way.
And just goes out of the shop and throws it like it's a dice. Just throws it onto the
I
pavement.
knew something was not right because because it's just 100% glass in that shop. I remember walking back and I seen you kind of like finishing up, and I seen you with your drink, and then it was like someone had hit pause and you two just stopped, and it looked like the most unmasculine thing I've ever seen in my life, because Shay's standing there with what looks like a complete and utter artist piece of coffee with the straw hanging out of it, with a bag around his elbow, standing like this, like a white girl. And I was like, what's going on here? And you're both staring at the door, and I was like, yes, that is the exit, just walk out. And the next minute all I heard was a dumph. I looked around, here's this bird just propelling itself off the window, and you were just standing there going like, you looked like genuinely someone had walked in with a gun and went, give me everything you have.
Because we were walking out and Tommy was like, oh no, I fucking hate pigeons, I'm not going here. And I was like, just move out of the way, like he'll go out. And then next thing Tommy tried to walk in behind it.
It just sort of walked in.
It
It sort of walked in the door, and it was like facing the other way. And I was like, right, I'm just gonna go.
But you're
and
like
then,
1 foot there, and I putting 1 foot out, and then you're back, and then you're
Oh my word, it's like this is like the snail analogy. You know, £5 million, but a pigeon follows you the rest of his life. Is that the pigeon?
They're so unpredictable. You don't know what you're gonna get.
But it's the fact that then I seen the pigeon pure smacking up against the window, and then I was like, no, this, yous were all laughing, and I thought this is too good to be true. So I just walked in through the door and like sort of froze for a second when I seen it. I was like, I realised the severity of the situation, and yous were just like, move, move, move. So I walked towards yous, and then the hero came out of nowhere.
I want to put it out there. I wasn't afraid of the pigeon. I don't think Tommy was either. I just didn't want to get a disease. Like, there's coronavirus going about. If you didn't know.
That was definitely afraid of the pigeon.
That pigeon came into Starbucks and no face mask on.
Yeah, right now. That's why I was
Does he?
afraid.
Is he not aware of the
And
pandemic?
the girl behind the counter, she's like, "Oh, I can't touch it because I'm serving people." And so she was like, "Shoo, shoo, shoo." And then the night and shine.
She put it up into the eye. He just came over, just.
by the neck.
He was like, "Do you need me to help?"
Yeah,
and she was like, "Yes." And he was just like, "Bang, clutch."
It was whenever he walked
Just
out
one hand
with
just
the
like-
pigeon in one hand. I thought, this man knows what he's doing. But then the motion he made to try and like get out, I thought, oh my god, is he going to leash this pigeon out through the window? Like, and he just walked out, went,
He just tossed it.
oh my
He's done
gosh.
that before. Like.
He knows what he's at.
There you go.
He's been
an
a
eventful
nanny.
day for the boys. Well, now that yous are both alive, ready, kicking,
Don't know what to say.
are you going to see another pigeon again and just automatically
The freak
have
me
Vietnam
out even on the
flashbacks?
pavement when you're like, this could just fly into me here. Like when you're in a situation like that where it's like a glass cage and you can't get out because the pigeon's like covering the door. Like. Here, that's
What an
what,
idiot! Like the door was right there.
I'll not sleep tonight.
That's your near-death experience. Well, what else has been happening apart from you nearly getting attacked by
Well,
pigeons?
There's been a bit of a nightmare for a certain gym brand.
Are we
was
going to name
scrolling-
the gym bar? No.
Yeah, I think it needs to be named for what it's done. So I was like scrolling through Twitter, and you know Jack, the YouTuber from England, he's like a podcast now, Jack's Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah.
He basically tweeted going saying, so basically like it's this gym Facebook page. It's a Pure Gym in Luton and Dunstable, wherever that is. It's not like the official like Pure Gym. I think it's worth saying.
Aye, so it's not.
It was like
Oh, so like
you,
it's-
you know the way there's like that gym I go to is Anytime Fitness Belfast. I think it's like it's a franchise, but they like control the social media.
Yeah.
So this
Right.
is obviously just the one in Luton, and the goes Pure Gym just posted a 12 years of slave inspired training routine, and it said slavery was hard. So is this. And he goes, I can't wait for their Holocaust inspired workout, Hitler workout.
Oh.
But basically,
Wow.
this is the Facebook post they've got went entitled 12 Years a Slave in brackets after the epic movie. This is our workout of the month designed by Matt Sim PT to celebrate Black History Month. And it goes, slavery was hard and so is this. The twist to this is 1 rep of your first exercise, 2 of the second. But before you move on to the third exercise, which is also 3 reps, you must start at the beginning to move on. And that's how the entire workout goes. So yeah. How has someone sat there and thought this is a great idea? Like, my God.
Who is the person? Does it say the person?
Black, is it not like
Someone
is this month's like Black History Month or something, isn't it? Is this
yeah,
why
I
this
think
is?
I think
Yeah.
October, yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my God. Like some of the tweets under it, like this guy goes, forget CrossFit, let's go Archfit.
No.
Oh my God.
The world is a cruel place. That's so bad.
I know, but it's like, it's obviously like, I suppose like you can say Pure Gym as like, but then at the same time it's like it's not the official like Pure Gym, you know, account, if you know what I mean.
But what I'd like to know is who that guy, whoever he is, what is it, Matt Smith or something?
It's not Sim PT. You don't
Who-
even know who he is. Like he could just be some
Why?
PT or
Who
something.
in their right mind would make that up? Like, because clearly they've sat down and thought about this. Well, clearly they
Well, they've
haven't. But at the
obviously
same time,
goes-
they've sat around and
Obviously
we.
discussed it
Is
with
it
someone.
guys
There's no
here?
way
It's Black
they
History
discussed
Month. How are we going to be woke? And then they've pulled that out of the bag. Like,
Oh my God.
that's so bad.
I can't believe they thought this was a good idea.
it. We're going backwards again.
It's like, I don't know.
Marketing
It's just that line, it's
101.
that line, and we do marketing as well. This will be in like a marketing.
Ah.
line. But like, it's even that line of slavery was hard, so was this. Like, so you're comparing a workout to slavery. Like,
It's
please
already. It is
stop.
literally. It is literally already trending on Twitter.
Well, he's tweeted it, and I'm pretty sure he's.
And just like
Have
that,
they
Pure
removed
Gym
it?
is finished.
I don't know.
Well, they're bound to removed it.
Oh yeah, here Pure Gyms came out and said a statement.
Is this from official Pure
this
Gym?
is a statement from Pure Gym. So obviously the official Pure Gym people have just went, oh my god, what have you seen? So it goes, the statement is, Pure Gym apologises unreservedly for post regarding Black History Month that was made by our gym in Luton and Dunstable. The post was wholly unacceptable, was not approved or endorsed by the company, and was removed when it was brought to our attention. We take this matter extremely seriously and are urgently investigating how and why this post was made. Thank you to those people who commented on this post and for raising this with us. Like, my god.
That's enough social media for today, thanks.
That's insane, isn't it? Yeah, your buddy Jack is like 377.
Why? Like, you've seen so many like, that's not even like, I know what we're saying, like we do the marketing and all that there, like we literally study marketing, so like we've went through modules where like we literally discuss all that stuff, like all the messes and stuff that companies have made, but like surely take marketing out of it. Common sense there, like especially in this time where like they could have made that a lot less like inexcusable, and people still would have been like, no, that's not right.
That's, oh my god, it's just, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say.
This is what happens whenever
but it's like,
you're...
how many people must work there? Like, surely someone has said, all right, so we're going to do this here. Like, is there, everyone who worked there, is there nobody that sat and went, are you mad? Yeah. Like, is there nobody with even like a member, has nobody seen it and went like, is this for real? Like, oh my god, it's just like, how...
It's what I tell
that
you. That
gym will be getting shut down. Like,
proofread.
I know, but there's proofreading in there, and there's coming up with an absolute disaster of an idea. Like
oh my word!
They come over, even the PT. Like, was the PT not like, are you joking? Was it his idea? Like,
probably was. He probably posted that and thought, "Flip me, I'm gonna look
probably
like,
were like
the best PT
can you
ever."
Do a workout, and then they're like, we're gonna title it this.
Oh,
I can't see what could possibly go wrong.
I was immediately like, is that your gym? And you were like, no.
No, it's over in England.
But like, yeah, that just goes to show you, if you're a corporate company, and then it's the same thing. Who was it was getting in the stick for pile of stuff that it was Gymshark.
What?
Gymshark got in wild ball there not that long ago. They posted like a picture like of an obviously like overweight person. I was basically trying to do like equality for all this here, and people were just like, what are you at? But like that in itself, like you could look at the Gymshark one and be like, oh right, okay, they maybe could have worded it better or like made it not as obvious in order to not get backlash. But yeah, that's just mad. That is absolutely mad. It just goes to show you, folks, if you're on the internet, you need to be careful what you say. Huh?
I don't know. I thought Gymshark had been pretty good. Like.
But Gymshark are very good as well.
Sure, it was Gymshark.
Yeah.
What?
100% sure it was Gymshark. But Gymshark are very good at where they came out with a statement and they were like, basically like if you're gonna get at us for wanting equality for all, then we're gonna apologise to absolutely no one, and unless here, like they stood by it, like Conor McGregor style. Did you see talking about Conor McGregor? Did you see your fella from over here? Was he from over here or was he from? Where was he from? Like pure Conor McGregor wannabe.
Oh yeah, he's all over TikTok. He was like doing like this whole like after thing speech, like after a fight, and he was like proper like going on, and there was no one in the crowd. So you know when they're like McGregor like does a speech and he's proper shouting, and then everyone's cheering, he would be like raising his voice like shouting, and then like there's no one in the crowd and it's just the woman holding like the mic, and she's just like,
because they're still fighting over there, but the stadium is empty.
I can't think of the name of the guy.
Well, speaking of internet things,
yeah,
we surely took off there.
We're on the internet.
We're on the internet.
Oops.
We surely took off there.
We did.
This time last week.
We had a few good videos on TikTok regarding Mr. Stephen Nolan.
Yes.
A lot of people seem to have agreed and some disagreed.
Yes.
Ross is going to read out.
And here,
some
listen here. I actually want to clarify something here, right? There was a few people and they were like really, really defending Nolan as if we were out to get him. And it was one of them things where, yes, we were having a discussion surrounding the whole topic of Nolan and the Holy Lands. And you made a few comments, and you made a few comments, and even I made a few comments. But it's when you clip that and put that on TikTok and like or like Instagram or something, and you don't get to see the full scenario, if you know what I mean. Like you don't get to see the full like clip. And I loved it because someone had commented on it and was like, someone had commented on it for what?
No.
Someone had commented on it for you and was like, you were having none of it. They were just, are you defending the students in the Holy Lands? And you were just like, watch the podcast.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, where can I find it? I was like, thank God for that.
Yeah.
Like someone,
What
whereas,
a marketing move, Tommy.
yeah,
I know what I'm
whereas there
I
was
know
some people who were just like,
But
took it
at the
complete
same
out of
time, like,
context.
it's our opinions as well. It's not like we're saying this is true. It's just like, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not like condoning what happened, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair that like, not to get into it all again, but like it's not fair like blaming all students.
Yeah.
'Cause the way my opinion basically of it is, the cases were increasing already, and then like weeks leading up to it, and then as soon as like Freshers Week's coming, they're like, oh yeah, students are gonna cause this, and you're just like, that's a joke.
Yeah.
But it's been said now.
Yeah, here, it's out there.
Nolan,
But-
what he did was not good.
Yeah,
There's
but
been
here,
no real, not that I've heard anyway, of any sort of outbreaks in the Highlands yet, as of yet. Have you heard of anything?
I don't
No.
know. I haven't really read on it.
I did hear about there was an outbreak in the halls in Elms.
Oh no.
scandal.
Yeah, and it was like, I don't know how many people had it, but they were all just sort of locked in there.
But like I think if you're in like halls and someone gets it, you all have to like
Everyone
stay
has to.
locked in.
Yeah.
Well, I know all the students over in like England and Scotland and all. I think they're just like locked down. They're like, yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then there's rumors that they're not going to let them home for Christmas.
Seriously.
Yeah,
What?
there was a few people, like there was a debate. Yeah, I seen this the other day. It was like a big debate over whether like basically if you just all don't wise up, we're not you won't be going home for Christmas.
Yeah.
And you're like, right, taking again the whole mental health argument surrounding it. So you've got students trapped, no friends, no family, especially first years
Yeah.
who haven't had a chance to mingle because
Yeah.
they can't.
It's a
And
night.
you're gonna lock them in. Oh, here, no, you're not allowed home for Christmas.
It's a nightmare for like ones going in the first year. Like that's like a year where you're like meeting all these new people and going out and like having a good time, and now it's like that's just all been taken away. You know?
But here,
Not good. Moving on. What about these comments?
oh dear.
What's
Well,
the latest one?
so we'll explain the whole scenario. So basically, for those of you who don't know, and there'll be a few of you who are listening to this who the reason why you're here is because you've seen the TikToks.
TikTok blowing up.
So Thomas, as you all know, those of you who watch, we were interviewing Johnny Bergen last week, and before we started the interview, Thomas posted a clip
Yeah.
of I think it was you.
Yeah.
You know, talking about
Voicing
Nolan,
my
giving
opinion.
your opinion because it's a free country. And after the interview, Thomas came up to me like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Yes." He was like, "Have you seen TikTok?" And I was like, "No, not really." Then he showed me it was on like 7K views after like 40 minutes,
yeah.
and we were all like, "Holy moly, this is it!" Netflix were calling me. Do you want to do a documentary? I was like, "Please, no thanks."
Yeah. No, because we'd been posting TikToks, and then they weren't like doing really well, like, you know. And then I posted this one just thinking nothing of it, and then we've done the podcast, and then after I was just like went onto my phone just to see, and I looked, and it was like 99 plus notifications, and I was like, what?
We made it. But yeah,
It's
like
the
the views,
That's good.
the
though.
subscriber count, thanks to you to everybody who subscribed on YouTube, went from like 20 to 85.
I think
Yeah.
we are showing 17 followers.
17, yeah.
We're 17 followers on TikTok. Though.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
we haven't went the full way, but it's progress.
It's nice though. Nice to see people are
And a
enjoying.
few people were messaging, which we appreciate as well. A few
Yeah.
people saying, love the podcast. Some girl actually messaged to say she'd went and watched them all, which, God love you.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some funny comments. We got a bit of abuse. I'm not gonna lie.
We look like boys who've just got out of their beds apparently.
This one woman, user 635785542.
Nice.
Nice.
Great name.
We normal people in Ireland, you are next professionals.
lot of
Get a
them-
big grip. You're lettering your families down.
I think we established that a lot of people commenting that cannot spell or cannot grammar.
Her grammar wasn't very
I
professional.
cannot English. But yeah, I think this was one of the first comments to pop up, and I have no clue what exactly. Like, we were sitting reading it for a good half an hour. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because it's a mixture. I guarantee you, this is someone older who's trying to use like millennial Gen Z text talk, which no one uses anymore, such as "you are" instead of writing "YOUR." Yeah, she's like, "We normal people in Ireland, you are next professionals. Get big grip. You're letting your families down." So Thomas commented on it and goes, "Sorry, Karen." I think I then commented on it and I said something which was removed.
Was it?
Yes. So she must have reported it. But I commented on it something smart like, in order to get the full context, I'd recommend you go listen to the full podcast.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, I also recommend you use Grammarly.
You're so political.
I was straight in with the flipping comeback.
You're so political.
I felt so proud of myself. But that is true. Like, it's just like, watch that's the whole purpose of the podcast. Like, go watch the podcast. You know what I mean? But anyway, we digress.
Do you want to get a bit of a
It's
reaction
a taster
as well?
It's a taster. The videos are solely a taster of what is
So
to
she
come on the podcast.
she replied to your absolute burn. Sorry, Karen, and goes,
Scorched.
"You're not from Belfast. Go back to Strabane."
No, it was like, how did she spell it there?
Stranb. Stranbe.
I just sort of, I was thinking she must mean Strabane. And what was my comment? Where's Strabane? Stranda? Where's Stranda?
Yeah. And then she goes, "Seriously, wise up, kill your grandparents."
Wow.
This is the thing. A full stop or a comma can make the serious difference, because right now I feel like you're coming from a granny and granda.
I definitely got some laughs from the comments. It was funny reading through them.
Yeah. This gentleman, who will not name, but his username ends in 1957, which
says it all.
Says it all. Wise up, you lot. If it was not going on, he would not be there. You lot are like wee babies. If he went round your house in daylight, you'd all be in bed.
I know, yeah. He's basically saying like all students in bed. It surprised me how many people absolutely worship Stephen Nolan, and they're just like, if he says it, it is true.
Yeah, it's gospel.
They're just like,
every year for nothing though.
Yeah.
He's brainwashing people.
But there are some funny ones, like people were commenting on it, Cultcast, and then some guy, to be fair, I laughed my head off at it. Like, I should have probably been like, what a dick. But at the same time I laughed. It was like, where's the crack? I was like,
I'd appreciate it if it's a good comment and it's actually worded well. But if you're coming in spelling shit wrong, no.
It's a no for me.
It's a no for me.
Any other ones?
Your wee sister was just loving life. See your boy who actually commented, I think your sister or something replied and was just like, they're having a discussion.
Somebody,
and he replied and was like, "Go back to the kitchen." I was like, all right, you're woke.
Yeah, oh no.
But yeah, this guy, seriously, he was passionate. He is definitely Stephen Nolan's best mate. Called us, I won't say the word, a bunch of know-it-all wee plunkers.
No. Say it.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm trying to be clean here. But yeah, some guy...
It sounds like bankers.
Yeah. But then that guy, where's the crack? Haven't smiled yet. To be fair, the one guy commented on it was like, you can't bring your granny round to your house, but you can bring her to the Hatfield.
I love that. That's so true. That's so true though. It's like you
Shout
can't.
out to that guy.
You can't. Like, sure, Aoife was here and she was talking about it yesterday. Like, it was her birthday,
yeah.
and she was saying like, I don't want to. She didn't want to go see them because she didn't want to risk getting them sick or anything.
Oh yeah, after going out.
Because we went out and you're just like, but you could go to the pub with your grandparents, but you can't go see them. You know, it's just, it doesn't make sense though.
We could talk about it all day. But yeah, there were so many comments basically saying that we look like we're just out of bed. Here's flipping your boy again, 1957, commenting on another one. Look at the state of you lot. Are you just out of bed? Looks like
apparently all students do is sit in bed all day.
Yeah, here. Stay woke, people.
Has he got a profile picture?
Hid from the daylight.
He's 1957. But here, yeah, I think we've done well, to be fair.
Happy
in
so
the
far,
past week,
so good.
And people have been messaging and saying they've been enjoying it, and that's the main thing here. As long as there's crack had, that's the main thing.
It makes Ross's wee heart warm up when he sees nice comments coming in.
I'm telling you. But we're recording this on a Monday.
It feels a bit weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, we were out on Saturday night for you/Aoife/another person's birthday. Yeah, all sitting socially distanced in Lavery's. in the outside beer garden.
Yes.
It was quite military precision, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was well organised.
Yeah,
I think it was too well organised. Or
The bouncer wasn't too impressed with you.
me?
Shit, Ross.
Why?
Because he was like scanning people's temperature. He scanned Shea's temperature. And what did you say?
I don't even know.
You were
Did you
like,
say I broke the machine or something?
you're like, did he not break it? He's so hot. And the bouncer just looked at him and was like,
Oh, I remember this. Yes.
yeah. I was
You went to
like,
scan
oh,
it, and then I was telling everybody the wee story about me seeing that video of like it was like a crowd of people. It was at a concert or something, and the guy had the temperature scanner in one hand, and then the wee thing in the other hand for the hand sanitizers.
Yeah.
And you just see all these people coming up. It's like a time lapse, and he's like, "Boop, okay, you're clear. Spray your hands." And then this wee girl walks up, and he just lifts up the bottle of the spray gun and just, and she's like, right in her face, and it's like, oh my word, please can this happen tonight? But yeah, he scanned the top of your forehead, and literally I was just like, okay, I was trying to break the ice because he was a bit docile, like, wasn't he?
I find like the bouncers are very tightly wound,
Yeah.
but a lot of bouncers are. So
He was just like, he just scanned you, and I was like, oh, did he not break that machine because he's so hot? And he just like literally looked at me, and I was just like, okay, I'm never making a joke
so
again.
unimpressed, and Ross was like I thought that was funny, and I'm just like, he definitely hears that like 1,000 times a night, like,
That poor Craic banter.
per taste.
But
you thought I was hot?
let's not get into it. All right, it's not a debate.
Stop.
But yeah.
You liked my t-shirt, didn't you?
Oh my god,
Oh dear.
Ross and Shea have a wee thing going on here.
Shea
We're
came in.
sitting drinking, and Shea was wearing this relatively tight t-shirt, and Ross was like, it was a nice top. Ross was like,
It was
I'm
right.
sitting there talking about it, the girls, and I witness Ross feeling Shea up, rubbing his stomach and all, and he's just like, oh, that's nice material. What material is that? It feels really nice.
Because when you walked in, right, I like first of all, you like, do not deny this. You had a very, very tight top on, right?
Oh, yeah,
you
obviously.
could, yeah.
I'm not gonna wear a baggy t-shirt when I have arms like this. Like.
Yeah. Like whenever you walked in, I was like, you visibly seen, you were just like, right, he's wearing a tight top. So then I kind of was like, I didn't want to look, but I was still looking. And then you kind of were like, you were just sitting over there, and I was sort of sitting in my chair, and I just looked over, and I was like, hold on a wee second, that top has 3 different layers, like 3 different fabric materials.
You were really inspecting it.
So then I was like, can I fulfill?
Can I touch it?
One was like a towel layer, or as you say, towel layer.
Towel.
And then the other one was like, explain it to the people. How much it
It's
cost?
like knitted. I got it as a birthday present.
Nice. From
My auntie and uncle last year. Yeah.
He only fits
Collins
into
have
it now.
style.
He only fits into it now. It's been shredding for about a year.
This is what I've been working towards.
Wearing
Fitting
this
into
top.
this t-shirt.
But
Cool.
you're flat out at the
But
gym.
I can't. What was it like? It was like cotton, like a knitted towel, a texture, and then some other thing. It was like
It's one of
pink
them
white
like fleecy polo tops.
yeah, the real tight ones.
Really tight.
But you liked it.
I did.
You
I
wanted
thought it was
you
a cool.
wanted to
I
take it
thought it
off,
was
yeah.
I thought it was a decent enough wee material. Like, to be fair.
I think you liked it a bit too much.
Here.
And then you were like, "What material is that?" And I was like, "That's boyfriend material."
I forget you even said that. To be fair.
Yes.
You have been working hard at the gym. Give it to you. So's Thomas. How much weight have you lost now? I feel.
I had myself before, like the day after we went out, and I'd lost like half a stone.
When did you last weigh yourself? Before that?
Like a week or so, maybe over a week. No, it would have been a week. I weigh myself every morning, like, and then I weighed myself. I hadn't weighed myself in a few days, and then I weighed myself the night after we went out, thinking, oh, like I've been drinking, I'm gonna be like full of rubbish. So I just put on about a stone, but then I'd lost weight. So we're getting there.
You do.
Trust the process.
But you've been working hard. You're like setting up your own wee gym. I cannot. You showed me a machine earlier on, which was like £500. I was like, that's mad. Will that fit in your garage, or what is it? A garage, or is it like a?
It's like a shed.
What was
shed?
what was the machine that you were going to get? And then
Oh yeah, the cable crossover machine.
explain it to the people, because I feel like
boring.
I feel like the phone shop thing.
Yeah.
You were screwed over in this one.
Yeah.
I did feel bad for you because you were very excited about it.
That, like. It was a cable crossover machine, but like they're dear machines.
Yeah.
Like they're £thousands, but there was this real cheap one came up on like Facebook Marketplace, but I'd been looking for like weeks for them, and then I was like, oh, this is just too good to be true. I think it was up 20 minutes, and I DM'd the girl and was like, I'll take this on. I got it for, she was like, agreed on like, was it 300 quid or something, and was heading down that night to lift it, and then she was like, text me at about 5 o'clock that day, and she was like, no, I'm going to keep it and gift it to my brother. And I was like,
she clearly knew. I would say she's put that up.
I think someone else has offered her more money. She's realised how low that she's put it on for.
Maybe
someone's offered her more money and she's kept it.
I would say she's put it up, and then immediately you messaged her like straight away.
Yeah.
And I would say she's been like, she said to someone, oh, someone's bought that machine already, and they've been like, all right, how much you put it up for? And she was like £200, and they were like, you idiot.
Yeah. Pretty much.
that could have happened.
And then she just ghosted you.
Yeah, because it's just like, if she was going to give it to her brother as a present, she would have done it. Like, she wouldn't have put it up at all.
Good time to.
It's like all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I'm going to put it up.
Yeah.
What about you were saying about Halloween?
Yes.
Some people getting shot.
Huh?
People getting shot.
So I seen this thing the other day, and it was basically along the lines of, right, so they're saying now with, you stop touching your mic because it's going to sound like we're in a washing machine. How many times does one have to be told? I've seen this thing the other day. It basically was like, so they're saying, they're thinking, I don't know if they're thinking or they're doing to cancel Halloween.
Yeah, there's this talk of like a circuit breaker, which is like, my dad keeps going on about it. But
over midterm.
Basically, because like, I think it's because schools are closed for midterm for like 2 weeks, aren't they? I think, and then they're basically just, I think that's why. You know what it is? I think it's because the whole thing now is they want kids to go back to school, so the schools are open, and so they can't like have the schools open and then have businesses open, not closed, if you know what I mean.
You can't expect.
So I think it's because the schools are going to be closed now,
right?
So they're closing all businesses because like the parents are obviously going to be able to take time off,
right?
But then I don't know. But it's basically like the circuit breaker. I think they're all about like closing everything for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Still rumours at this point, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
People have been talking about another lockdown for ages.
Since the like BBC Ulster like flat out, so it must be in the news or something. I've heard a few. It was mentioned on Cool FM as well, so it must be something's been said by someone. It's not just gossip.
I have not listened to BBC.
Do you know who'll know about it?
Arby.
Stephen
Big Steve. Big Stevie.
He'll be straight in the primary schools and all these kids. What's your opinion on coronavirus?
Shouting at them.
Hey, here. No, I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
I just want to be advice. I want to give you advice.
We're going to clip this and put this up on TikTok again and get like 100k views on it.
Let's go.
Do you want me to be honest with you? See, whenever that clip went up, not going to lie, you put it up and then we were sitting in here and we were like, holy moly, this has went.
Holy moly.
But by this stage it was on like 30k views, and every time you hit the refresh button there was like another 1,000 views on it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying we've went completely and utterly viral, like that's not what I'm saying. Definitely. But at the same time, in the back of my head I was thinking, oh my word, like imagine if your boy gets a hold of this. Like,
scared of
I wish he did. Imagine we were on the Nolan
show.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
The goal is to get
on the Nolan show.
But like, it wasn't even as if, I don't know, like,
I don't think we've said anything that bad about him. Like, we haven't said called him. We haven't like.
Hasn't been said before about him. Like,
I'm just a very anxious person, so all I was doing was thinking, oh my word, when is this phone call gonna come through? Like, I'll hear Nolan saw your wee clip on, saw your wee stunt.
You're going on as if Nolan runs Northern Ireland. Like, he's not the mafia.
Well, he's here by the comment section, people would love if he did. Like,
he's not the mafia. Like, well, but like, circuit breaker. Like, do you see it happening? What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think so?
It's only like, you think over half term schools will shut down like for the 2 weeks or week or whatever, and like it would make more sense to keep as many people as home as possible to try and like curb the thing.
Yeah, it makes sense. But then is it fair, I just can't. Like, whenever kids are home, like they're gonna get their 2 weeks off school, they want to go out with their friends though.
I know, where do you go?
Where do you go?
It's just,
like, just go to their houses or whatever. You can't go to do that.
I know.
But you want to know what? Say it how it is. Like, they're the amount of people that I know who just like are trying their best to be as sensible as possible, but then also being like, we're not like, we've done 6 months of this. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We'll stick to the. I think at the moment people are just sticking to their people. Do you know what I mean? Like the people who they would normally see.
When we were talking about it the other day, and we were like, we went a good few, like, what would have been like 2 months without seeing our girlfriends, and then like. Yeah. It came to after it, and like, you're sort of talking to people and they're like, oh yeah, well, like, we were seeing each other the whole time, and you're sort of just like you were saying, there was an example where you were like someone who hadn't really, like, was basically only like starting to go out with someone, had been seeing them the whole time, and they're like, I've been with my girlfriend for like 4
years.
years and you haven't been seeing her just because of COVID, and you're sort of like, are you for real?
Yeah. I was a bit like, what? But like, the truth always comes out, people. The truth always comes out. But I remember the day, so this was whenever everything was easing up, and then I went over to see Lucinda, and then you were still like kind of not seeing Bruna.
Yeah.
But then I think that I rung you or FaceTimed you or something, and we were about to go and play COD, and I was like, well, and you were like, yeah, I seen Bruna today, and I was like, all right. He was like, I'm just saying because like Shea saw us in the car, and I was like, COD.
Bruna sort of lives near like close to me, like there's like a main road sort of connecting a main road in terms of like country main road.
Yeah.
But he would have had to drive down that road at the bottom of my lane to get into town. So
funny.
I was just driving down the lane one day, and then the next thing, Tommy driving past looks up and Bruna in the car as well, and then they were just sort of like, I could just see their faces. They were like,
Shea straight on.
She literally rang
Boris.
She literally rang us straight away and was like, naughty.
What are you doing?
And we were just like, oh my god, it was so funny. Because I was like, I think that was the day I first went over and like went into the house, because I went in and I hadn't really seen her once, and her dad was sort of like, come on into the house, and I was like, are you like looking at her ma, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, go on in. And I was like, right. And then we were like, we'll go to the shop, and then she was like, oh, you okay? And I was like, do you come in the car with me now? Like,
traveling separate.
Like,
chuck her in the bit.
Literally drove past Shea like straight away, and because we were sort of like, oh, someone's gonna see us, and we were like, but like we'd only really talked to like 2 people from Canada.
Well, it's
and he just drives fast.
It's the same thing. Like I was over at Lucinda's house there not that long ago, and her mom was kind of like, oh, going back into lockdown and all again. Like, but you know, like Ross would have, like, I would have come over and sat outside, and they're like, they have like a decking out the back of their house. Yeah. So like I would have come. But the thing was, and I'll just say it, like whenever I was coming over, I thought it was worse. Like I thought it was worse. Like I seen Lucinda about twice over lockdown in the space of like the 2 months that we were proper in lockdown. Like, and it was where I found it so, like, I would have far rather, this sounds so bad, I'd have far rather just not seen her at all. No, because you see going out and just kind of like sitting out the back and then not being able to like even go near each other. Or like, and like not that. But like we wouldn't be a very like affectionate like couple, if you know what I mean. Like we wouldn't be going out and like holding hands with each other and like our arms around. So like that. But it was just weird not being able to like sit beside each other, like. And you're just kind of sitting at one end of the decking, and she's sitting at the other end of the decking, and then her ma comes out with like tea and biscuits and stuff. It's like, oh, here, and then you're just kind of like, what are we doing here?
Oh no!
I hope you brought a straw and all to drink out of their cups.
Yeah,
did you touch their cup?
Did you not bring a flask? Your own tea.
Sure, brought your own tea.
I know.
Oh my god!
I mean, when you go into the logistics of it, yeah, I messed up. But then back to the whole Halloween thing. So, seen this thing the other day. It was a news article. So they're planning on cancelling Halloween, which means kids can't trick or treat.
Yeah,
it's pretty scary.
I know.
Spooky stuff.
Oh dear. So the kids can't trick or treat. So seeing this thing the other day, it was like, in America too, the worst place they could have potentially ever have brought this up. They were like, here, we've got this new and exciting product to tell you all about. It's the candy cannon.
Candy cannon. Is it actually called that?
Yes. So I think effectively what this thing is basically you load it. It's kind of like, you ever been to a Giants game?
Like t-shirts.
Yeah.
Thing?
You ever been to like a Giants game and they have the subway cannon? It's a gun.
Do they actually do that in Belfast?
Yeah, in the Belfast Giants match they come out with a subway cannon.
Like actually subway sandwiches?
Yeah, and they load it in.
No, they don't.
No, they load it in and like wrap it up.
Is it like a subway sandwich or a jersey?
No, it's a sandwich. And then
What if you're like not hungry?
I've never seen that.
Yeah, well, here.
What if you're gluten intolerant?
I know.
And someone just
too bad.
You get sandwich square in your head.
You get subway cannon. That's it. That'll do.
Did you see the thing? I know this is completely off topic, but I seen Lad Bible Ireland shirt a thing where like in Dublin, Dublin or something, they like won some case where like this Subway bread was basically, it couldn't be called bread because there was that much like sugar in it. It was something like that there. It's like the sub bread. I don't know if it's just in Ireland.
Was it one of the actual breads from Subway?
Like naan bread?
I'll get it here.
But anyway, while he's getting that up, effectively this is a full-on firearm, right? Which is loaded with like Smarties and Snickers bars and all. And I was like, how absolutely idiotic do you have to be, especially in America, where literally you could walk out with anything and people would just be like, that's definitely a weapon he has. Do you know what I mean?
But it's great.
Imagine all the kids, and you get some absolute,
yeah,
absolutely. No, this is for people who like want to give kids sweets but don't want to be in contact with them. So they basically stand on their porch and go, "Here you go," boom, shooting flipping candy across the flipping yard. I'm thinking to myself, now, after when's Halloween? 12th of October. When's Halloween?
What?
When is Halloween? Like
it's not like the 1st of November, like the 31st of October.
All right. Imagine, right?
The 12th, how wrong?
You mark my words, right?
I know you're Protestant. The 12th never comes off your mind.
All important dates in the 12th.
It's only important.
He's trying to get a march organised for Halloween.
Bring your cannons. Anyway, so basically,
bring your cannons of legs.
The cannons. So basically, I am telling you this now, right? And I'm happy enough to bet money on it, right?
This is just an accident waiting to happen. Like someone's going to get killed.
In November time, there will be a news article. Redneck, absolute madman American shoots homeowner after he comes out to shoot flipping candy at the kids. That will happen, I'm telling you.
Or it's going to be used as an excuse.
Yeah.
Where people are going to be like, oh, I got some trick-or-treaters at my door. These kids came up. I went to reach for my candy gun and I accidentally lifted my 9 gauge.
Oh my god.
And I shot 12 kids in the face.
Oh no.
So,
oh no.
Trick or treat.
You know, like, it's going to be, the headline's going to be Florida man.
It'll be
accidentally uses real gun instead of candy gun.
It'll be,
and then Trump will come on. No.
No.
That'll be trick or treat.
Fake news.
Trick. I got a gun instead of a candy gun. Bang.
Imagine that walking up.
Trick or
do trick or treat, and then you see, and you're like, no, sir. wrong gun. Dad. Just. That's it. Go on. Imagine that's it here.
Slaughter.
So we're not going out because we're scared of getting COVID. Don't send your kids out trick-or-treating in case they bring home COVID. Even worse, don't send your kids out because they will indefinitely be risk of getting their head blown off.
Don't be going to Ballymena anyway.
No.
Right, so this is it. This Subway thing. Basically, our Supreme Court ruled Subway bread too sugary to be considered real bread. Ireland's Supreme Court has ruled that this bread and Subway sandwiches do not meet the legal definition of being bread. The judgment comes due to the high sugar content in the bread. The case was brought to the Supreme Court by a Subway franchise in Galway, who claimed they were not liable for VAT on some of its takeaway products, but judges ruled that the high sugar content in the bread could not be deemed as a staple food.
I hope it wasn't the Italian herbs and cheese one.
I don't know, but like it's obviously because, like, you know, that sugar tax now, or like,
yeah,
you know, you
but
always
they've taken it off, or are they still able to sell it? But like,
I'd say they probably just have to charge more for it. But yeah,
what bread do you get whenever you go to Subway?
Herbs and cheese, I think. Italian herbs and cheese.
What's your here? I'm a wild.
What's your order?
I'm not a fan of Subway.
Have you seen this meme? It's like going to Subway to get the sandwich that I've been getting for the past 6 years.
But you're so excited for it. Do you ever know?
Get excited going to Subway.
It's like a cup of tea. You never like the one you make, but you'll always like one that someone else has made.
I don't like tea.
Do you know what I mean?
I think,
and it's the same as Subway.
I'd rather go in and get like a wrap out of like a Santra or a Spar than go to Subway. There's so much more like variety.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, like the sandwich bars and like a Santra or like a Spar. I just feel like there's so much more variety, and it's always nicer than Subway. Like Subway just seems so limited.
See, this is why I love doing this podcast, because last week we were talking about health and fitness, and then the week before we were talking about serious news stories about Nolan and Holy Lands. This week on the podcast we're talking about your Subway fillings.
Still have an answer.
But hey,
what is your favourite? So what do you get?
So I go in,
order,
get a foot long, of course
you do,
big boy. Get a foot long hearty Italian with ham, cheese, red onion, lettuce, Southwest sauce.
Do you get it
plain
toasted?
and simple? Yeah. Well, I'm not a flipping psychopath. Of course you get it toasted.
I don't.
Why not?
You don't get it toasted?
Because I don't like cheese. Well, I do. I love cheese, but I don't like cheese on the Subway. Because it sort of defeats the purpose.
You one of them cheese phobia people?
No, because it's all that processed cheese. It's like slices of cheese. It's not nice.
Aye.
I go up to the counter, foot long Italian herbs and cheese, with. So I sort of change this part about whenever I go in. I get like 2 or 3 meats, either like chicken, bacon, turkey, ham, whatever, lettuce, jalapenos, and Southwest sauce and onions.
But you see, I was scared of Subway at the start because it was one of them things where like, I'm a very basic person when it comes to my sandwich. I like ham, cheese, and like maybe a wee bit of Southwest sauce.
I get my meats heated. but nothing else.
I don't like.
Oh, you'd be so awkward to serve.
I get my meat's microwave, but like everything else.
Can you warm up my meat in that?
Can you put my meat in your microwave?
Oh my god.
I'll rephrase that. Can you put your meat in that's going in my sandwich in the microwave? Oh dear. And then you get the cheese on top of it, but the cheese will melt.
I don't get
no cheese.
I don't like cheese unless it's melted.
So
like I hate, you know what I hate the sight of? You know when you go into a shop and you see the ham and cheese and the cheese is like that thick and it's cold.
I love that.
And like people who just put cheese in a sandwich with not heating it up.
See, I would eat.
It's just
toasty.
But then I
know, but like I'd rather have a toasty. Like I just hate the thought of eating cheese on like when it's not warm.
Let us know in the comment section what your Subway order is, and do you prefer your cheese?
Subway,
do you prefer your meat
trash.
hot or cold, and do you prefer your cheese hot or cold?
Do you like cheese boards?
Yeah.
Not really.
Here,
You're sick.
whenever you go to someone's house and someone whips out a cheese board, you know you're in a proper home, like.
No, yeah.
With a wee knife and everything.
But you know you're getting old whenever you used to go to parties whenever you were like 18 or whatever, 19, and you get excited because someone's bought a bottle of vodka and they're dishing it out, or shots, they bought a bottle of shots. Now you get excited at this age if someone has a cheese board out on the table.
Yeah.
Do you get that?
No,
Thomas hasn't hit that age yet.
He's still only 22.
Yeah.
He's 20.
I'm 21.
Oh no, you're so old. Eh? that year's making some difference.
I seen this thing the other day. It was this guy, and he bought a 10 glass bottle of Smirnoff vodka. That's why I say Smirnoff Ice. Smirnoff vodka, and he emptied maybe 200 ml out of it and filled it full of squashies.
Oh yeah.
Right. Shut the lid and then put it in the dishwasher, and then put it on a mad hot cycle. Took it out. The squashy has all melted through the vodka, and he was taking shots off it. It looked insane.
That sounds so dangerous. So
yeah.
You don't know what's happening in that there washing machine.
Well, it's not as if someone's in there fiddling your bottle.
It just
the wee magic dishwasher man comes out.
Tommy thinks that there's a wee gnome inside his dishwasher that cleans.
Oh.
In other news, you've started streaming. No.
Oh my god! I can't believe you've done this.
Saying not to bring it up.
I can't believe you've done this.
We're sitting in Slims and
we're shitting
and
Slims.
And I basically the reason I was just I'm sitting here playing COD a lot, so I may as well just throw it up on Twitch, and if people watch it, they watch it. And then they're like, "Oh, we should talk about you streaming on today's podcast." And I was like, "Not a chance. I have 3 followers."
No,
get 4
this is networking. Do you know what I mean?
I just do it. I don't want it to be a big thing.
What? But why do it if you don't want it to be a big thing?
Because I just want it to be a separate thing.
Just a pre-warning.
But if you do want to watch me play COD, Tommy McKeown on Twitch.
But he sent me
Hit me up.
He said, "Did you send you the other day? Did you go on it?"
I don't think I sent it to you.
Me and Lucinda were in Tesco.
I think it was the day you were out or something. It was your birthday or something.
Lucinda and I were in Tesco, and we were literally walking out the door in the next minute. We message went off. I looked down. Thomas and Shea sent you a link. I thought it's bound to be a TikTok. So when I got in the car, I opened it, and it was this link to Twitch. So I went on. Now at this stage, I'm surprised he even saw my comment past the hundreds of other people that were watching the content.
Literally the only comment.
It was just me, and I think I commented something smart "Oh, take your top off" or something along lines that there, and it took you 5 minutes.
There's
to
not
pick
even
up on
a camera on it, and he's like, "Take your top off, big boy," or something. I'm just like, oh my god.
But how are you finding it? Are you finding it any different?
What? No, it's just it's so easily done on the PlayStation. You just literally hit a button and go in and just go start streaming. It's not hard to do. I just do it just for the crack.
Thomas is going to be on one of them YouTube rage fit things whenever he gets, because you do rage quite a fair bit. I have not played Call of Duty. I have not even turned my Xbox on since lockdown stopped.
I just getting a few wee clips, stick them up on TikTok.
You're doing well.
We're getting there.
TikTok
may as well.
Famous
content creators over here. Let's go.
In other news, did you hear about this parrot?
No.
Parrots named Billy, Eric, Tyson, Jade and Elsie joined Lincolnshire Wildlife Centre's colony of 200 grey parrots in August, but it did not take long to ruffle a few feathers with their foul language.
Wow.
So apparently these parrots were swearing at children.
Wow.
And then apparently whenever one of them done it, it set the other, each and every one of the other parrots off. So for the sake of the young visitors, they had to take the parrots out. Had to remove the parrots from the situation. I don't think they've killed the parrots. I think they've just...
Was this at like a zoo?
Yeah, it was at about they're bullshy birds, they're being called.
So the kids just came to look at like an empty...
No, I think it's like a sanctuary for birds, but then the parrots started like cursing at the kids.
Oh, yeah.
They've definitely been pre-trained before this, like I'm telling you, it's happened.
Like, and taught them that way.
But yeah. Anyway, I think we've covered a lot this week.
We did.
From
Let's end it there.
Yeah.
Thanks,
if you
Sean.
have subscribed, thank you very much. If you're listening, thank you very much. We will keep posting TikToks and trying to be as
Like, follow, share, subscribe.
yeah. That's how it works.
Get it out there.
Get us another viral video, please.
Get your finger out. Let's go.
Please.
Thanks for listening. That's us. Shay's camera's about today, so off to go. Bye.
Quick, go.
Bye. Bye.